Alright, it's about time I got back into playing HOI4, since the last time I played it was literally last decade. So I hopped down on the workshop today and noticed that there's at least one new alternative history mod over there, and it's called HOI4 Empire, which lets you control countries from like the early 18th century, I think. Damn, the music is it's quite loud. I hope it's not copyrighted. But yeah, let me just check. Yeah, 1699. And I noticed that the Great Northern War is going on as well. So I guess we're gonna play as Sweden and try to win that conflict. I was gonna play as Spain because I noticed that they are led by Charles II, Habsburg, or Carlos II. And I guess I could read what the Wikipedia article says about him. Let me just check. So yeah, here's what the Wikipedia says about Charles II. Regardless of the cause of the illness, Charles suffered ill health throughout his life and has been described as short, lame, epileptic, senile, and completely bald before the age of 35. Always on the verge of death, but repeatedly baffling Christendom by continuing to live. And his life was memorably summarized by John Langdon Davies as follows. We are dealing with a man who died of poison 200 years before he was born. If birth is a beginning of no man, was it more true to say that in his beginning was his end? From the day of his birth, they were waiting for his death. So I was originally gonna play as Charles II and Spain, and try to restore the Spanish crown to its glory. But I noticed that he actually dies at some point in the focus tree, so not gonna play as them. So we're gonna play as Sweden. Oh, wait, what difficulty should I actually take? I'm kind of looking for a chill game. So let's just go with the regular. I have not played a single match on this mod yet, so I don't really know much on what to expect. Alright. I also noticed that on the workshop page they have added like a completely new... What was this thing called anyway? Research tree? Something like that. But yeah. No wait, I guess there are still cars in the mod, even though it takes place in the 18th century. And Mausers apparently. But I noticed there are like, yeah, dragoons, hussars. That's kinda cool. Artillery, that kind of makes sense. Okay, so it seems that the only actually new thing in the Tech 3 is the cavalry. Cavalry, which has its own little section over here. Are we gonna get the winged hussars? Hopefully. What should I actually research here? What's the difference between dragoons and hussars? Heavy cavalry and this is light cavalry. Oh wait, it's not really wise to research only the forces, is it? But how many factories do I have? 10 military factories and 22 civilians. Strengthen the legitimacy. When Charles XII ascended to the Swedish throne, he was merely 15 years old. Our adversaries claim his majesty is young and unexperienced. We must show them they are wrong. After all, his majesty Carolus Rex is chosen by God. How did that one Sabaton song go? I was chosen by heaven. I can't remember the lyrics. a lot of divisions as well. So are my neighboring countries gonna declare war on me? Probably. Since that's what happened in real life. So maybe I should actually select half of you and move you all over here on the Russian border, the rest of you on the Danish one. Alright, it should be good. Alright, I was taking a look at the focus trees here, especially Russia's, and it seems that I have to wait quite some time for the actual Boogaloo or the actual Great Northern War to actually launch. And also it seems that quite a nice amount of countries do have a focus tree. So France has one, Sweden does, Russia does Denmark? Denmark does not have a focus tree, that's a bit weird. Britain does. I'm guessing, yeah, Austria does as well, Spain. I guess all the great nations have a focus tree. That's always a good thing. What about the Ottomans? They don't have a focus. I wonder if it would actually be doable to play as the unorganized tribes. Kinda cool. They have this national spirit though, so I don't think it's really possible, as you can see. They do have factories for some reason though, which is a bit weird. So I guess while I wait I could take a look at the map here. This is like, what would you call this era? Well, the map just doesn't really look good in Hearts of Iron 4, does it? The borders look so fucking disgusting, don't they? I mean, look at this mess. Looks much better in like Europa Universalis 4. That's obviously not the Mart's fault, just an observation. Let's actually divide some of these troops. But you over here. Might also have to put some troops over here as well. Into like the Finnmark border. Does Venice have a focus tree? Nope. What about Savoy? Oh, they actually do. The Workers' Union. Okay. Early communism, I guess. Could actually be fun playing as Savoy and try to unite Italy or something. And I also noticed that there's this country, Tortuga, which is led by peasants. And I guess they're like a pirate republic or something. They don't have a focus, but it probably would be quite fun to play as them. Problem is that you would have to fight. Wait, is this a... Oh, there's also like New Providence. So I guess this is like the golden age of piracy or something. Spanish Main. Alright. Now, what other 18th century tech should I research? Maybe like motorized vehicles? Yes, sure. Also, these troops are not enough to take out Russia, I'm guessing. I'm gonna need cavalry so I can quickly take out like White Karelia over here. What's my manpower level? No, I actually do have quite a lot of manpower, which isn't historically accurate, but alright. Oh, I don't have any equipment. Wait, what does my production look like? I didn't even take a look at that. Alright, should be good now. We are producing halberds and guns. Oh yeah, and I also noticed that there are new resources in this mod, which is very cool, very epic. Because the one thing that the vanilla Hearts of Iron 4 experience lacks is resources, of course. I mean, it doesn't really make any sense for there to be like, I guess, horses in the main game. But there should be like more stuff than just steel and oil as resources. Like wheat, for example. Yeah, here we have grain. Because of course, resources were a big part of World War II, which Hearts of Iron 4 is trying to simulate. But it does not do that quite well. The Swedish allotment, I don't know what that means. I do have some Sabaton music here, right? Maybe I have disabled the DLC. No wait, it's right there, you idiot. Nope. I can't play those though since they are copyrighted. Is this mod supposed to be this slow? It's like feels like it is taking ages. Let's research the dragoons. Oh yeah, frick, I forgot that I have to worry about this border with Denmark as well. Alright. Gonna have to select all of you guys, put them into a separate army. And move them over there, and one more army, and move these guys over here. Yep, I'm a master tactician. Since these guys are only gonna have to defend, so 4 divisions should be enough.